No clashing kits. I mean, I don't know that that we have to worry about that. I think you may be good on that front if unless you're telling me that you have a specific one that you want. But I don't think we're gonna have any issues with clashes here at all.
I'm surprised that DBG is now 3 kits. They used to be 5 or 6, I think.
Are what?
Down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, DBG used to have way more kits. I guess they trimmed it down.
Look, when you go from the longest unbeaten streak to spoon holder, they take away your extra kits.
True. Those accolades. Yeah, you gotta be in knockouts again for those 5 kits to come back.
Yeah, every knockouts that they make from here on they're allowed to have 1 kit back. There we go. Good. I am not getting anything from DBG, so I'm gonna assume that they are good. snowg is an autopilot, so hopefully they're good. If they're not, it's my fault. Kicking off snowg versus DBG. Did you know the record for the longest losing streak is held by Digi at 17 games? It started in VGL 16 and it's still going. It is still going. They've still not broken that streak, even though they died.
Surely one day they'll come back and
they'll come back just to beat the streak.
Just
to break the streak, and then they will die again immediately. All right.
Speaking of death,
anthem time.
Take a chance, big mouth, my maze and maze of all. How can we then see? Wake up, Ichika, Bashika, take a heart to let us know. Hold on, I see you in a day. Survive. Calling the yatsu ra fukusu no dynamite. 生まれつきもって押し寄せるんだない豪華なメンツ Go on to the fight
The start of the glowing may never rise the gleaming stars no reset the drawing board ready to call the scarlet I know it's a must that we will run into the same place after the wintry pain storm sweep away the crime the wall the wistful tree.
All right, kicking off. We got snowg going left to right and DBG going right to left. Gogeta running over a cot.
Oh, that was fast. Do you think he'll get another
savior dishes? Gogeta can't get a clean shot off, and it's tipped just before he can kind of do anything with it.
So who do you got? Who do you think is the better team looking at these?
Oh man, that's a tough call. You know what? I want to believe in DBG because I think after fighting their way out of qualifiers, qualifying for this tournament by, hang on, Lord Savior, Gogeta! Easy advantage for DBG. I'll elaborate in a second. was going to say was that this is a DBG team that qualified for this tournament by the narrowest of margins. They qualified on goals for, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah, it was very
It's
tight. It's cleared.
Oh my god. Oh.
Acro clears. That was very dicey for snowg, who has kind of yet to mount an attack here so far. This is looking like it's going to be the first one. Wild cunt tipped, but El Blanco Beast handles it easily. Maybe. This will be a deep throw-in for snowg.
I agree with you. I think that there's like a meme about it, but I think getting out of qualifiers is still getting out of qualifiers, right? You've won a group, so you have the potential to make it further. Oh,
I don't know how that happened, but the point is Bosu cleared it way forward for DBG. Cross incoming, Lord and Savior. Gogeta Nuggets a second!
Oh my god, there it is. Too.
That was much in the same way the first one came. No, don't do that. Damn it.
Hey, what?
It's the thing. It's just fucked up. Joe Biden.
Got his two goals. He's left the stadium.
Oh, there we go.
He's left the stadium.
We're good. We're fine. Everything's good. That was just like the first one. That's a hell of a 1-2 punch that DBG has set up now. That basically just boot it forward and let fucking Lord and Savior head it back to Gogeta Da, and just kind of bait all the defenders forward, and then let Gogeta kind of just pick the lane that he wants to shoot through.
I agree. I think also I don't know if it's just it might be like just a matchup issue, right? Where like their auto just does not do good against DBG's formation. Like it's hard to say, but they're not looking that good into DBG.
No, definitely not. They've really struggled to set up anything at all. Eat your veggies.
As
the wild cunt looking for a lane, but it's right to thanks Doc.
Still 2-0 is a 2-0. It is the most dangerous lead after all, right? They have to.
Yeah, absolutely. That definitely not out of it yet. I would keep my foot firmly on the pedal if I'm DBG. Gorilla Grips. Gorilla Grips down. Gorilla Grips can't come down with it. Goldfish, they're very confused here. And a foul. Joe Biden going to send it forward.
It does look like DBG is running a really heavy press too. Like they're pressing really aggressively in their half.
El Blanco Beast stealing it away from Seasoned Wolf. Let's play some chance.
You're going to love this. Trust me. What you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan. And this,
Susan Wolf, way forward.
this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended past a Super Saiyan.
Hag.
Oh,
It was Season Wolf,
Or
but nobody's
you could just
shooting.
call this
Why
a
would you
Super
shoot
Saiyan
that?
2?
What a
Stock takes it. That was a hell of a shot, but Stock was ready for it.
Useless transformation.
Yeah.
You
Doc has
changed your
had
hair,
a series
so
of
what?
regrettable performances, but he's trying to make up for it. I think those
Just
are
wait.
saves he must make.
Has he really found a way to surpass an ascended
Slammed
Saiyan?
by El Blanco
Is that
Beast.
possible?
He must
That's
be
been
bluffing.
very aggro out of
I mean,
TBG.
what would that make him? Double ascended?
And this,
Yeah,
to go.
Season Wolf, Harbor, Fetty Game.
oh my god. No! How can you miss that? You have to score those. That's so bad for this game, right? Like, you're not getting.
Gogeta,
That is-
that's away by Storm.
That is the golden opportunity. You're not getting many of those ever, right? Like, you get one of those, two chances like that in a game.
Gogeta, Gorilla
No,
Grips.
stop it, Goku.
Gorilla Grip, no, stolen
If you do
away.
this now, it's going to drain
I
away
think
all the time you have
Snow
left on Earth.
Defense at least has found
And
their
I say you
footing.
need every second
They're
of it as
stabilized.
it is.
They're not just letting them through anymore. Adapted to the DBG playstyle.
Storm, up to Hag 17, and Percy disrupting the position of the player here for Snowg. Hag 17 heading for the wing.
It's unreal.
Gets so much free space.
How is
And
he
lose it anyway.
generating that much power?
Wow.
Fucking long is this?
Too much!
Yosha.
But you can just say no.
Yo,
You have
shut
the power to just say no.
It's
For
the
the chance.
entire
Goten's dad
half.
is putting out even more energy than before.
DBG on top, 2-0 over Snowg. It sounds like it's winding
I don't want to
down.
get yelled at again.
He is not getting exhausted.
3 shots, 2 on
Yeah, no.
target. Nothing for Snowg. 2 shots, 2 on target. God damn it. 2 shots, 2 on target. 2 goals for DBG. I'm going to assume that DBG is fine with this.
Is the champ still going?
It's still going, yeah. It's still going.
Brother! It's just... You can just nod. You can just say no. You have consent. You can
could,
you can just
but-
not consent to this.
I could, but in a way I find it funny. Just let him keep trying into the second half. You know what? I'll turn him down a little bit, but I'll let him keep going. Yo,
This is just like...
way forward, Gorilla Grip.
Oh my
to
god,
Joe
what a
Biden.
pass!
That was
Nah,
a
that
hell
was-
of a play.
There's no... That was so terrible from Gorilla Grips, right? Like, you get the best pass, hand it to you on a silver platter, just like that, and you make nothing out of it.
Penny game, way forward, wild cunt, header, off tank stock, and it's cleared.
Oh, I really want to see that again. Oh my god. Did he save that with his foot? I didn't even see.
Gogeta dots, tipped, an easy grab for Joe Biden. A little bit too much sauce on that.
I think that's 5 saves for Doc now. Like he's
He's on his
a
game.
wall.
He's
Yeah,
as good as he
he's on his
ever
game.
was. Penny game. Penny game. It's still going, by the way. Hag 17 along the wing. Over. Disrupted by Good Morning.
See, I can simply pretend it's not.
Gogeta over to Gorilla Grips. Gogeta on the wing. Gogeta he's dispossessed. There'll be a deep throw in here for DBG.
I think Snowg can turn it around, but the caveat is that they cannot get scored on more. I don't think they'll score more than 2, the way they've looked.
Glory
We're
hole.
seeing 2 more goals in this
No.
game.
Bosu throwing in. Awesome fucking TN at it. Gorilla Grips! Gorilla Grips! What a shot!
Yeah,
Off
I think
the
that's it.
volley. That is probably it.
もう一つを待ってこいつが
Gogeta I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I did find it very
guys.
funny that like the chant that was consisted entirely of screaming ended, and then they immediately score, and the goal horn is more screaming.
Don't you like a side of screaming with the main dish of screaming and a scream for dessert?
Look, DBG, I'm going to need you to do like one other thing. You need to get a new shtick. I've heard the screaming. All right, we're back.
No,
at the
you're getting
midfield,
more
so-
screams. And the hair turns a different color, all right? That's all you're getting.
That's what DBG has been for fucking 40 years or however long it's been.
Thank you, Toriyama.
Yep.
My
year,
writing genius.
a new scream and a new hair color. All right, let me know what you'd like there, DBG. And you know what? We owe snowg like 50 chants after that.
I agree, but also I don't know how they're gonna bring it back. Right? It's an autopilot; they can't make changes, so they're just stuck like that.
CMFs, Bosu out. We'll put in same play style. Okay, I think that's good. We can do that. Chi-Chi 11 out of 10. And let's see. We got the OG. Yep, we can do the OG there. Okay. If that is all good. If you're holding that one, or I mean obviously you can, just use it whenever. Best conditions CB for middle CB. Okay. That's Cope coming in at middle CB. And that's it. Okay. Still got another 4 minutes or so before we'll do subs for snowg.
So what do you think is the best result for snowg, right? Because they're down 3 goals. I don't think they're going to win the game. But do you think a draw is still possible in these circumstances?
Well, okay, so I would love to say yes. The problem is that they just haven't put together any kind of an attack. Like, not even one in 65 minutes. So that's a bit concerning. And when I say haven't put together one, I mean, like, nothing that's looked particularly dangerous, right?
They're struggling to get into the box, right? That's what you mean. Like, all their attempts are coming from outside the box.
Exactly. Their most dangerous looking shot came from a mile away, and it was a great save by Doc, but it's not overly confidence inspiring. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, looks like Goldfish coming out for who?
Literally though. It is surprisingly the score, like the stats look even. And
Lord and Savior. No, Queen of Snobble.
Oh my god, what a bad
cleared. That was a dicey moment for snowg's defense.
Yeah, I mean, it can always get worse too. Like, we haven't reached the bottom of the abyss yet, right?
Gina grabbed by Joe Biden. Ag 17, let's play more chants. Maybe that will help them come back. Finnegan, no, can't get it to Finnegan, and it's cleared back to the midfield by the keeper. Gorilla Grips tipping, Lord and Savior. Lord and Savior off the keeper.
Ooh, what a save.
He had a chance to ice it there.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much space, right, that the defenders are leaving open.
Ooh, oh, we've got an injury, maybe. No, oh no, she's fine.
No, they just let her. They just didn't call it. She's rolling on the floor, fucking crying her heart out, and the ref just doesn't give a shit.
Season Wolf, it was right in Gigados. OG over to Gigados die.
Thank you,
and again, like, this is kind of what I'm talking about with Snowg. Is it just doesn't feel like their opportunities have been particularly dangerous.
Oh my god! What?
Holy
shit! That was crazy. I can't believe that.
That's a hat trick and a pinpoint accuracy shot to ice things for DBG.
Gogeta da.
Man, vintage stuff
Yeah,
out
what-
of Gogeta Da.
That was a disgusting goal, wasn't
That
it?
was
I was sure.
Absolutely.
I was.
Yeah.
I
that
was so
beautiful.
sure it went wide. I was so sure it went wide. I did not see it kapow. What a curl. And I
Good
like
game.
he also
Ooh,
dribbled at the
sliding
Oh,
tackle,
that's a kill.
and this will be an opportunity here. Ooh, another injury, a card.
Yeah, yellow
Come on.
deserved.
Yeah, deserved.
I think that's a silver. Is that one of? I think that's one of the silvers, isn't it? That's Vegeta that got the yellow.
I'm not even gonna try. I'm
Can't
not
fucking
even
tell.
gonna
Oh,
try.
or
Like,
Rook same.
You're right.
Or
they-
Rook
they
same.
All Rook very same. Wild cunt. It's Chi-Chi.
No, I don't think that's a medal.
Wild cunt. Tipped. Grabbed by Thanks Doc. 9 minutes plus stoppage remaining here. Yo, shot.
Yeah, that was.
Jordan Savior.
I think that was the kill. I don't think there's any more goals left in this game, save for like DBG scoring another.
Gogeta Dots. Tipped
Snowg's
away.
not making
Gogeta Dot. No, it's off of Nyo.
He is fucking hungry, isn't he? He just wants more. He's
Yo,
not satisfied.
shot. Leaving it for himself.
We've
Tipped
unleashed
forward.
Gogeta.
Wild cunt. It's taken away by Chi-Chi 11 out of 10. Over. Fenny game tripped up. And, all right, more chance.
エースの秘密見せてあげちゃおう。3、2、1、じゃじゃじゃじゃーん。ようこそデスの魔法の世界へ。
Gogeta Da. No, it's tipped back to Tea Kettle. And 2 minutes. We're not even going to get a consolation, I don't think.
I think so. No, I think if anything happens, DBG scores another.
Fenny game.
But
Wild cunt.
yeah, it's over.
Wild cunt forward. Seasoned Wolf doesn't have any support though. Has to wait. Seasoned Wolf over to Fenny game. Fenny game shoots wide.
Oh my god! Not even a consolation.
Not even a consolation. This was a beautiful, dominant, clean sheet performance from DBG.
Yep. Just
Like
a
I said,
complete stomp.
yeah, vintage DBG stomp.
Can you say the
7?
king is back? Gogeta is doing it.
And we saw good things out of Thanks Doc too. He made a save for every on-target shot that snowg was able to put up. 7-5.
I think
and
that,
nothing for snowg. 7-6 and 4 goals for DBG, including a hat trick out of.
Yeah, but you look at
out of their
the
forking hero, Gogeta.
look at the saves, right? And you think, oh yeah, Doc he did put in like a couple good saves. Like he had a header that was in the box that was safe, but like most of the shots came from outside the box. It was not as dominant as it looked, but he did save what he had to save.
So the only one that kind of impressed me, and maybe it shouldn't because he had a decent amount of time to react to it, was that rocket from like, it was so far it was practically off screen, and he had to just save it with his arm and push it wide. But that one was pretty impressive. That even though it was outside the box, it was like, I'll give you something for that. 8. Gogeta Da, your man of the match with a hat trick. 6
Completely
fives
deserved.
for Gorilla Grips and Lord and Savior Yosha and awesome fucking Tien Edit. Yeah, completely deserved. He really made his mark on this match. On the other side, is there anything above a 5-5? No. Wow. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a
pretty
complete
rough.
5-5. There's like
No,
1-5-0. Everything is a 5-5.
Yeah, there's 2 5s, and everything else is complete 5-5s for snowg.
That is nasty.
That's not great. That would have me concerned, especially considering, as I said, like as we pointed out, this is a team that finished last in the previous VG League and just barely qualified for this one, and they just stomped you 4-0. 6, Gogeta Da from Lord and Savior. At 14, Gogeta Da from Lord and Savior. At 58, Gorilla Grips from Awesome Fucking Tien Edit. Subs came in at 75. Then at 79, Gogeta Da from Yosha. And at 82, Chi-Chi 11 out of 10 goes into the books, picking up the yellow. Man, heavily down the middle for DBG.
Complete spearhead.
Yeah, wow. You can kind of see that in the ball winning areas, actually. But yeah,
they just went to the middle.
Where would you say things things went wrong here for snowg? Like why were their attacks not hitting? Because it couldn't have been all thanks to Doc.
No, I think they just went wide into a team that that defended really well wide. I think they already wanted to force them wide and stop their plays.
Yeah,
So like
maybe
snowg was
things
forced to
will-
go back to the center, right? They had like no men in the box. They had one cross that looked good, and then everything else they were forced to like play outside the box and like get these laser shots in, and that just doesn't work consistently.
Yeah, this is going to be, I'm predicting this is going to be a really tough group to show any kind of weakness in, because there's no, like, all the teams in this group are very good. So
I think, I mean,
it's going to be tough being that team that shows weakness first, because it's going to be hard for snowg going forward to get anything off of either Nick G or Hanny.
I mean, regardless, right? Like it looks really grim for snowg just because, right? They have -4 GD now, but things are looking amazing for DBG, right? They have 4 goals,
Absolutely.
0 like answered.
Top of the
Their
table.
GD like top of the table very comfortably too, right? Like even in a GD scenario, they would come out on top unless like a huge blowout happens next week.
Yeah, this is a dream opening result for DBG in terms of securing advancement. That you had a draw in the previous match, and now you've come in and stomped. So